The Andreacchio family has spent thousands of their own hard-earned dollars investigating the death of their son, determined to prove that Christian's death was murder, not suicide.
You know this kid didn't commit suicide. And I don't know how the family lives with that.
So a grieving family has to fight to rule an obvious homicide as a homicide with their own money and their own time.
Yes. Or in Marina, Mississippi, you do.
When people lose somebody to a car wreck or to cancer or something like that, at least they have closure. They know, hey, you know, this is why they died. We don't have that. We don't know why he died. We don't know the truth. So there can't be closure.
Your family has spent a lot of money on paying for the Knox report and the Arden report that say it's staged, it's a homicide.
No, we've got attorneys, we've got investigators, we've got way more than that. It's not just that.
Why isn't it enough?
I have no idea.
But the family definitely has an idea of who was responsible for Christian's death. And it starts with the two people who were with him the day he died, Whitley Goodman and Dylan Swearingen. Neither has been arrested or charged with Christian's death. But remember, the family says Dylan was captured on surveillance cameras trying to withdraw all of Christian's money from his bank account the day he died. And a closer look at Whitley's actions that day raises more questions. When you went to police and said, this is wrong, this is not a suicide.
Well, when we found out she had his phone in her purse down at the police station, and she kept lying and saying she didn't know where it was, and they finally told her nobody's leaving till we get the phone. She pulls it out of her purse. We knew something was wrong then.
Maybe this is why she wanted to keep the phone. Christian's phone records show that on the afternoon he supposedly shot himself, at the time when Whitley says she was asleep on the couch, 7 calls were made from Christian's phone to Matt Miller. If you recall, Matt Miller is the guy Whitley claims she shot guns with the night before. Her excuse for having gunshot residue on her hands. In fact, Christian's family says the reason he came home that day in the first place was to confront Whitley for being with Matt Miller. So why would Christian be calling Matt right before he put a gun to his head? To get that answer, we went looking for the man himself. Hi, are you Matt? Oh, hi, I'm Melissa. We're just really hoping that you can chat with us for a little bit. Matt was reluctant at first, but finally agreed to speak with us. People no longer think this was a suicide. Does that surprise you?
In a way, kinda, not really. In a way, to me, it looks like it was all set up.
Tell me about that night before.
So we went down a dirt road, and Jet wanted to get out and shoot his new gun he got, his new pistol.
Jet is Matt's cousin.
And he asked if Whitley wanted to shoot it. I would have shot it, but Whitley said she was too scared to shoot it. So I had my hands over her ears the whole time.
While Jet was shooting?
While Jet was shooting. And I've told police that numerous of times, like over and over and over. Like she was sitting in my lap and I had my hands like on her ears like that. And she said that she was too scared to shoot it. She knows that she didn't get out and shoot that gun. She knows she didn't.
Yet when the Andreacchio's private investigator questioned Jet, he gave a different story. But Jet told the PI that she did shoot it.
I think he was just drunk. He don't remember, something like that. I don't know. I've talked to him. He's like, man, I don't even really remember. That's what he tells me. I'm like, well, dude, it's kind of a serious situation.
As for all of these calls he got from Christian's phone, Matt says they were calls from Whitley that he never answered. But he did finally speak to her shortly after she was questioned by police.
So she's telling me this one story saying that she was asleep on the couch and she heard a gunshot. She ran upstairs and found him. That's what she said first. Then a week went by or so, and I asked her, I was like, so tell me what really happened. Tell me the whole situation, what happened. She said, well, I fell asleep on the couch. Dylan came back and found Christian and woke me up. That's what she said the second time. And that's when it really kind of just like, whoa.
In fact, here's a copy of the text exchange between Matt and Whitley. Matt says, "You said nothing about Dylan. You said you found him." Whitley replies, "Dylan didn't ever even go upstairs. Dylan told me to check on him, and I did, and he was dead." Again, this contradicts the statements Dylan and Whitley gave to police.
You started questioning her.
Yo, yeah, I was like, whoa.
Did you ever get painted a certain way when this all happened?
Yeah, as a dope dealer, just a thuggish, but that's definitely not me.
We obtained a statement Matt gave to police shortly after Christian's death where he said, quote, "She's a compulsive liar, cheater, and she is sneaky." When asked if he thought Whitley or Dylan killed Christian, he said yes.
What do you think? What do you think happened?
The money. I think it was the money that drove. Yeah.
Remember, Whitley thought Christian had taken out a life insurance policy.
When we first started hearing about that, oh, she thought she was getting life insurance, that she was the beneficiary on a policy, I was like, you know what, 20-year-old, 21-year-old is talking about getting life insurance. I know I wasn't when I was 20 or 21.
Apparently, Dylan thought so too. He even went to speak with Christian's grandfather about it.
He went and he said that Whitley's mother, her grandmother, had sent him over to find out when the life insurance was going to pay out because she needed a car, because, you know, she didn't have Christians anymore.
Up next,
Hi, is Whitley here?
we'll confront the last two people to see Christian alive.
Are you threatening us?
I'll stay right here.